Hello, everybody. It is Blind Metal Gamer here with you once again, and it is now time for another PS5 game topic discussion. And in today's stream, we're going to be talking about the delay of Grand Theft Auto 6 and how that could be beneficial for the game's accessibility. Now, first, I want to clarify by saying that I am fully aware the game has been delayed to May 26th of 2026. And you're probably all thinking, Blind Metal Gamer, oh my god, it's delayed till May of next year. We gotta wait 12 or more months. Oh god, what are you talking about? You are insane. You're nuts. Let me explain. When I say this could be beneficial for the game's accessibility, I want to talk in a deep, in depth dive on what I mean here. Now, in the past, we all know Grand Theft Auto games have not, and Rockstar games in general, have not had the greatest accessibility for blind and low vision folks, stuff like that. And what I'm thinking is by delaying the game by a year, not only do they got time to polish things such as gameplay, maybe get other licenses squared away for tracks and whatnot, but what I'm thinking that they might do this time is improve the accessibility for us gamers who are blind or visually impaired. Now, I'm also aware that they're probably going to work on other accessibility features as well. But the reason why I want to put the focus on blind and low vision is, again, it's just like a wrestling game. To this day, there's no Grand Theft Auto game that is accessible for blind and low vision players. Now, again, Rockstar is like every other publisher, and developer. They're learning about accessibility. But here's why I kind of want to talk about this a little more with Rockstar and Grand Theft Auto 6. They have money. They're like EA. They got billions of dollars with a B. And I believe that by giving them this extra time to develop the game and work on it, they're going to do something with accessibility. I've got this feeling, because we got, other things coming out this year. Mafia of the Old Country on August 8th. But GTA 6, I've done got it on my wish list and I'm going to be following it. You can bet your bottom dollar it will be a 70 or possibly $80 game. That's right, folks. So you know that's coming. So my point being here is I want to go over the what could be done to make this accessible, and this delay could potentially be the catalyst to get it done. Now, first, I'm going to go on with what I always scream to the heavens about: screen reader. I'm not talking about menu narrator. I'm not talking about some little foo-foo narrator that Ubisoft does. No, no. Rockstar, they're the big boys. What they need to do is be like MK1, have a full on-screen reader, or be like The Last of Us, or The Veil. Again, full on-screen reader for every, or Spider-Man 2. In that game, everything would be read by the screen reader to help the blind and low vision players play the game. Now, navigation assist. I know this is a tricky topic. Like, hey, blind little gamer, we want to explore this big open world of the side, I think it's called. And, I get that. But I think what they should do as far as navigational assist is maybe take a cue from The Last of Us Part 1 and Part 2 or God of War Ragnarok and make it where when you're driving or walking, maybe you could click the right stick and it'll point you in the right direction. Or they could take a cue from Watch Dogs Legion for the driving. We're in 2025. They got AI self-driving cars now. Let's make it where, okay, you have an objective on the map, right? Let's say you got to go to set objective. You select the objective on the map. You have the auto drive feature there. You can hit the auto drive button or whatever it is, and it'll drive you to that objective. No problem. And then you have on foot navigational assist with the way I described earlier. So it'll help if you're on foot. Hey viewers, what's up? Good morning and welcome to today's discussion. Okay, so that would handle navigational assist, and the user would get to explore this big world of Losida, or whatever it's called. Vice City is where it's going to be. So, okay, we'll just say Vice City for the remainder of the stream. So they'll get to explore Vice City if they want, or they could use the navigational assist to go to their objective either on foot or via the self-driving option. That would be for your vehicle. Now, also another thing I think that they could do is descriptive audio for cutscenes. And yes, I'm going to be screaming that to the rooftops too, because that would help blind and low vision players know what's going on in these cutscenes. Um, so there's that. And then as far as combat, let's say you're in a huge firefight with the cops. Let's say the popo is on your tail, and you got to get them and you got to shoot them up. Let's say you got to have combat assistance, aim assist. Let's say that aim assist is there. It'll snap to target. You'll have your audio cues, so your head, body, legs, kind of like in The Last of Us. You'll have, your targeting and all of that, your audio cues for when your parts of body. You would have, this is going to be one that's going to really piss a lot of players off, but combat difficulty. You heard this right, folks. Combat difficulty should be customizable and not penalize the player. That way, if you need a lesser challenge in combat, you're good to go. Or if you need a lesser challenge in chases with the cops, you can select that customizable option, and you're good to go. And then another thing, these accessibility options, keyword being options here, would not would not penalize the player in terms of getting achievements, in terms of enjoying the game. It wouldn't dumb the game down. It would just be options for the player to use if they needed them to make it more accessible. And 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 then let's see, what else could they do? Um, Another thing they could do is when you are, if there's any puzzles in the game. I don't know if there's any puzzles in Grand Theft Auto. I don't think there is. It's been a minute since I played a Grand Theft Auto game. But if there is puzzles, if there are, make them skippable and don't penalize the player for it. Or if they're quick time events, commonly referred to as QTEs, make it where they can be auto completed again without penalizing the player. This is the key here. The player does not need to be penalized to enjoy the game if these accessibility settings are on. Here's the kicker, if this is what they do for accessibility. Now, you're thinking, oh, why would the game being delayed help all this, Blind Metal Gamer? Why would that help all these features? It would give them time to implement them and test them to ensure that these features and accessibility features are a quality product for the consumer upon purchasing Grand Theft Auto 6. Now, I am eager to see how it's going to do as far as accessibility. I'm not going to lie. I would love to be able to pick up this Grand Theft Auto game as a blind gamer who only sees light and dark and be able to play the game, enjoy the game's story, take part in that fictional world. Yes, it's fictional. Yep. Sorry, bud. Sorry, bud. Not gonna happen here. Yep, we're not going to have that here, folks. If we're going to have these discussions and we're going to have these type of things, we're not going to have that bullshit in the chat. So get it the fuck out right now, or you're going to get got by your boy. So, as far as the accessibility, having the game delayed to May of next year could actually benefit this because it's going to give Rockstar and the developers and possible consultants, yes, I said possible consultants, time to test these features and ensure that these features are of quality, not quantity, but quality. Because what we want here is a quality product for the consumer, not just a slap together deal where, okay, we got auto targeting, we got descriptive audio, we got a menu narrator that won't do shit. Um, what this needs is a full on-screen reader like Marvel Spider-Man 2 has, which, by the way, is great. So we got to have that. Now, as far as um, another thing I want to talk about, it's not really accessibility related, but I want to touch upon this on the content creator side. Okay, let's say we're going to stream the game live on YouTube or Twitch, right? Let's say, for example, I want to stream it over on my Twitch channel, which you can check out at twitch.tv/blindmetalgamer. I'll be streaming over there later tonight with some more Marvel Spider-Man 2. Let's say I'm on there and I want to stream GTA 6. Okay, or I'm on YouTube and I want to stream GTA 6. Let's say I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna do a full playthrough. There needs to be a streamer mode. That way, all licensed music is stripped and replaced with something that is stream friendly and copyright friendly. Because I know the WWE 2K games do this a lot, and they're guilty of this. They'll do what's called creator safe mode, and they'll just go silent. Poof. So if they're going to do a streamer mode, they've got to do it right and make sure that it is um, complete with tracks that are copyright friendly, that would be safe for streaming, and strip all the licensed music out. Yeah, I know the licensed music not being there would suck, but you got to understand this is YouTube and Twitch we're talking about. They're not gonna allow that on their platforms, and understandably, completely. And now we're not at that yet. Artists are still very protective of what they do, and I get that. So that's why I think the streamer mode should be in there as an option for gamers to use in GTA 6. Hey, Twin Cash, what's up? Hey, Twin Cash. But yeah, as far as accessibility, as far as I've covered, blind as far as I could, motor, as far as cognitive, maybe make it where if you, like I said, the screen reader would help cognitive disability. But now, I'm going to talk about subtitles and another thing, high contrast. First, I'm going to talk about subtitles. They need to be customizable with size and font. Meaning, make it where you can make those subtitles as large as you need them to be, not just a spare small, medium, large. Make it where you can customize that text size and make the font customizable with a readable font, maybe a plain sans serif font or something like that. Then, I'm going to talk about background opacity. So, the background of the subtitles, make it where the user can crank that contrast up, where it can be black, where the subtitles can easily pop, and then make it where the user can customize the subtitle colors to where they can customize, let's say, subtitles, speaker tag colors, that way they know who is speaking and whatnot. And if they're colorblind, this will help that as well. Now, I want to talk about high contrast mode. Yes, there should be a high contrast mode to saturate the colors of the background. And then, yes, the same color customization for subtitles should be implemented in high contrast mode. That way, the user who could be colorblind can customize the colors of things such as interactables, enemies, friends, or allies, and things to their needs, to meet their explicit needs for accessibility. So combine this with a full on screen reader, navigational assist for on foot and in car, combat customization for um, ranged and melee combat, skippable puzzles, auto quick time events, descriptive audio for cutscenes, and yes, maybe even audio cues for things such as, for things like I said, for not only for combat but for like assists for chases and whatnot. And GTA 6 could be the most accessible GTA that we've ever had without mods. Now, I know the late great Super Blind Man talked about how he made GTA 5 accessible with mods, but I'm talking natively on all platforms: PlayStation, Xbox, PC. Come on, we're in an era where the PS5 and Xbox Series X both have screen readers that these developers can plug right into their game and make it accessible. So, I mean, come on. So, there's no way that this could not be done. I mean, it can be done. So, as far as its delay, I think this is a good thing because if they are able to implement all these features, it will be beneficial to the game as a whole to make it more accessible for players with disabilities. And I think that this would very much help gamers who have all disabilities: blind, low vision, cognitive, motor, deaf, and hard of hearing, to enjoy the game. And it would even help content creators if they were to do a stream mode. So I'm not gonna bug you too much. So with that being said, if you want, let's have a conversation about it in the comment section below. This is my discussion for today. I hope everybody enjoys it. If you like what you hear and you want more, hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you know when I go live and when I upload and premiere new content. With that being said, I've been your host, Blind Moto Gamer, saying so long, everyone, and peace out.